Governor, can you believe, well, it's always good to see you. Welcome back.
Hey, Governor, good to see you. Thank you.
Thanks for having us on.
What's your take on the hoopla around this incident?
You know, for us, it's just another example, particularly here in the Midwest, of distractions from the real issues. We want to hear what the candidates, what they think about the economy, what they think about the defense of our nation. That's the reason why I'm supporting Ted Cruz. Is he's actually got a plan. He wants to get rid of the IRS. He wants to have a flat tax at 10%. I mean, I love that idea. I think it would be great for the economy. It'd bring jobs and opportunity back to my state and across the United States. I want to have a country where the defense of our nation is back to being a priority. Those are the things people care about here in Wisconsin, and I think they care across the country.
Absolutely. Governor, let me ask you this. When you stepped aside from and putting your campaign, you suspended it, I believe, you said, you know, we got to unite around somebody to stop Donald Trump. So it wasn't a surprise that it would be a non-Trump endorsement yesterday. But why did you pick Mr. Cruz over Mr. Kasich?
Well, for me, there's three simple reasons. I wanted to be for something, not against something. I think that's certainly what I hear from people here in Wisconsin. And so I'm for Ted Cruz because he's a constitutional conservative. As a governor, that matters to me and other governors. We want someone who understands the power, because of the Constitution, resides in the states and with the people, not with the bureaucracy in Washington. Ted Cruz has shown, not just said, but shown he's committed to that. He also has shown he's willing to take on the status quo, to take on the big government special interest. Again, just like we've done many years now here in Wisconsin, we've been taking on those very same interests. Ted Cruz doesn't just talk about it, he's done it. And from a very practical standpoint, one of the great benefits of picking Ted Cruz is he's, I think, by far the best candidate to both win the nomination and at the same time also be a candidate who can defeat Hillary Clinton in the fall. I think we can get united behind him at the convention and then turn the tables on Hillary Clinton, who is in horrible shape because of the deception she's given to the American people.
Now, Governor, did you watch the debate? Do you remember when all of the candidates, they were, and you might have actually been a part of it, when you all took the pledge and you said, I'm going to support the eventual nominee. Well, now all three of the candidates that are left for the GOP are saying that might not be the case. They might not support the nominee if it's not them. What's your reaction?
Well, right now they're all saying it because they all want to be the nominee. But I think in the end, Republicans across this country, here, certainly here in the state of Wisconsin, we're going to be behind the nominee. I believe on Tuesday, Wisconsin is going to be one of those turning points where Ted Cruz will win here because of his middle-of-the-country kind of roots and his straight talk and his true track record of getting things done. I think when he does that, he'll be well on his way towards heading into Cleveland with the 1,237 delegates that are required to win the nomination. And I think we'll be united. We will be a united party. Whether or not every candidate in the race will be along with it or not, I think the vast majority of Republicans across the country are ready to take on Hillary Clinton and win because we desperately need to.
As you know, Governor, that's a huge task to go to the Northeast and think that Ted Cruz is going to get 1,237. But having said that, being what you said in the past, as Steve just mentioned, would you support Donald Trump if he gets the nomination?
Well, again, I think on Tuesday Ted Cruz is going to win. And
no,
so
I know,
to
but
me,
would you support Trump if he got the nomination?
Well, I pointed out, when you mentioned at the top of that question, the previous question, I was one of the people on the stage back in August who said I was going to support the nominee, regardless of who it is. I'm a man of my word. I firmly believe that Ted Cruz, when he wins in Wisconsin on Tuesday, will be well on track to be that nominee. And I think that'll be good, not just for the party, but I think finally, you know, whether you agree or disagree with Ted Cruz on every issue, I think it is hard to dispute that this is somebody who sticks to his guns, who does what he says he's going to do, even sometimes when it means taking on some of the establishment in his own party. That's exactly what voters are looking for, and it'll be a stark contrast to Hillary Clinton, who I think is in trouble, not only amongst independents and Republicans, but I think even has some problems, as we see with Bernie Sanders' support, because a lot of Democrats don't even trust her. I'd love to have that contrast between who sticks to his guns and Hillary Clinton, who apparently will say just about anything to be elected.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Bernie Sanders. And, you know, last weekend, he's been surging. He's been winning everything. However, he was taking a shot at you and says that Republican governors like you are trying to suppress the vote. First of all, how dare you? Secondly, for people who missed it, here's Bernie Sanders in Wisconsin. Watch this.
We have got to make it easier for people to vote, not harder. It is clear to me and to any thinking person that what Governor Walker and other Republican governors all over this country have done is try to suppress the vote, make it harder for low-income people, old people, young people to participate. I say to Governor Walker and the other cowardly Republican governors, if you are afraid of a free and fair election, get out of politics, get another job.
I think what he's talking about, in some states, you've got to present some sort of ID before you can vote, which is fair, because when I go to CVS, I gotta get out a driver's license if I'm going to buy Benadryl.
Well, it prevents fraud.
What's your reaction?
Yeah, it's for us, it's simple. We want to make it easy to vote, but hard to cheat. Our state, you should look at the facts. Our state has one of the highest voter participation rates in the entire country. It will again on Tuesday. It will again in the fall in the general election. Why? Because we make it easy to vote, but we make it hard to cheat. In our state, you need a driver's license. You can get a state-issued ID card for free at our DMV offices. If you're a veteran, you can use your veterans card. But we make it easy to vote. You can vote same day voter registration. You just got to have that voter ID along with. But we also make it hard to cheat. And
there you go.
Thank you.
Scott Walker, thank you. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks.
Good to be with
see
you
you
guys.
this morning.